I noticed a problem up here. This is the front passenger side, right-hand side wheel. I just walked up here and I'm not even sure how I accidentally found it, but the bearings are loose. Hopefully that's all it is. It could be bad bearings. But see, watch right here. That is way too much slop. So lucky you guys, you get to see how this gets adjusted. I should probably pack the bearings while I'm in there. It'd be stupid not to. It'd be like taking a shower and putting on dirty underwear. Looks like I'm doing a hub service on this. So now I've got it torn down, which is nothing more than just taking off the wheel. I come down here, I grab the hub to look at the slop, and I realize it's not just the hub. Most of that is actually the kingpin. Matter of fact, that's almost all of it. Actually, that is all of the slop. Even when I rock this in and out like this, all that slop is right here. Here. So actually the bearings are fine. Since I don't have new seals for the backside, I'm going to leave this alone and probably address this next winter. And I'm going to have to look into the kingpins because I don't like that. When you're looking at this kind of slop, you got to keep some things in mind here. This is not a freeway bound vehicle. This is not going to be doing 70, 80, 90 miles an hour on the freeway with that kind of slop. Kingpin, for those of you that don't really know, is kind of like the upper and lower ball joint all in one. Instead of having two separate joints, it just has a pin that goes all the way through. So the reality is with this slop, this will probably last the rest of its life. It doesn't even have a grease fitting. I can't grease it to take up that slop. At 15 mile an hour, if that thing falls apart, you're just going to grind to a stop. Nobody's going to roll over. You're not going to bust your face on the windshield. So I may well just leave this. Completely leave it alone. That's one less thing I need to worry about. I'm not sure I'm happy about that though. Just feels wrong to have that much slop and be okay with it. You don't even measure that in thousandths. You measure that in 1/16 of an inch. That's okay. I'm gonna make sure that the other side is okay. Make sure it's not worse anyways. And put the front end back together. I am a month and a half behind. This thing needs to get done or we'll lose the shop. Car guys are laughing, everybody else is confused. Stupid reality shows. Yeah, I'm gonna call it quits right now. So it's a month later, and I just needed to touch on something. I'm sitting here editing this video and realizing I kind of left it open-ended. Deferring maintenance like this is not generally a good idea, and I don't generally condone it either. However, like I said, this is not a highway-bound vehicle. So by ignoring it and pretending I never saw that, the main issue that I will end up having one day will be tire wear, uneven tire wear at that. As the kingpins wear more and get more slop, the wheels, this is as viewed from in front, the wheels will sit more and more like this, like a Ford van. And then if you were to lift it and pick it up off the ground, then they'd funk and go like this because they got that play. So of course, if it's sitting like this, you're only going to get wear on this corner instead of across the entire tread. Again, how bad is this going to be? These new wheels I got have soft tires. So if it's driven on pavement a lot, it would actually matter. But here again, this is going to be a campground driven rig. It's not an HOA driving neighborhood vehicle. I'm going to monitor the tire wear and see if I start noticing anything. next winter I may well end up popping those kingpins out and seeing what I can do. Kingpins are never fun, but I've never done it on something small like this. I've always done it like on Peterbilts and P30 Chevy bread vans. This is probably a whole different game, and it's probably gonna be a lot easier. I would expect that anyways. I am also gonna look, I'm sure some of you noticed where the kingpin goes up through it, there's a little silver dot. Now I'm wondering if I can't remove that and put a Zerk fitting in there so I can grease the front end. Just greasing it will take up a lot of that slop and be good for the kingpin too. So I'm gonna have to look into that next time I'm in the garage. And as far as when I said if it were to go out, you're not gonna hit the windshield or roll over, the thing is it will never actually wear out and break. It'll just go like this, this, this until you get sick of tires and just replace the kingpins or replace the golf carts. I've seen people sell vehicles because of bad kingpins. A quick update on the tune that I put on this thing. It's surprising. When the engine's cold, it just kind of sputters and just barely moves around. But yesterday I had the chance to actually warm it up and warm it up good. And I put it away in the garage, and the boy comes out and he wants to ride his electric bike that I just fixed. So I fire up the golf cart and I just floor it. It's in gear and I just floor it, and that thing just jumped and just whoa, and just gone right out of the garage. I look back at Matthew and he's sitting there like, whoa. So it's running great. I've even been using it for pulling the trailer for yard work. Instead of carrying a dozen bags from the back to the front of the house, I put them on the trailer, along with a bunch of rotten wood that I had from tearing down an outbuilding that we had. I think the tune is going to be pretty good. I just ordered a muffler. I just went ahead and bit the bullet. I told El Presidente, said, look, I'm not having very much luck trying to find another muffler to put on there, but I did find the correct muffler, and it was only $130. Actually, I think it was $130 after shipping. If you were to look up muffler for a G14, you'd see that used ones start normally at $175. And then you find some new ones on sale for $180, but usually they're anywhere between $195 to $300, depending on the markup. Some places have that much markup. I couldn't believe it. I'm gonna be doing that hopefully this coming weekend, but the body's got to come back off, which is something I was afraid of. That's why the back seat has not been put on yet. Now again, this is a month after that video was taken, but hopefully that clears things up a little bit. Kind of tells you why Mr. Maintenance wants to defer the maintenance. I just don't like it. But next winter, I will address it in one way or another. So until next episode, you guys take it easy.